Hello and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to get into whether or not the fastest team on Football Manager can win the Premier League 2 seasons in a row. If you want to watch how we did in season 1, go back and watch a previous video on the channel. I'll try and link it up in the corner for you. But I will give you a little spoiler now, we did very, very well. So if you want to go watch how amazing they were, go look back at the previous video. Today we're going to go look at season 2 and see, can we retain that title? Can we do even better? Can we improve? Now, I want to see your predictions down below, guys. Are we going to get even better? Are Mbappe, Haaland and Salah going to fire us to another Premier League title? Or is the team going to get ripped apart, everyone's going to get sold, and they're going to struggle on to maybe a mid-table finish? Get your predictions in the comments down below, and let's go see and find out how we have done. So here we are back in FM23 with 2 seasons in, and we're going to see, can we have retained the title by having all the fastest players on FM23 in the same team. So we had Mbappe, we had Haaland, we had Salah, they were firing the goals in. Can those three and the rest of the team keep us up there at the top of the leaderboard? Let's go have a look at the Premier League and see how we have done. Okay, so we can see there we've not won the Premier League the second season in a row. You can see the holders are Liverpool. So the question is, how far have we fallen? The answer is 4th. Okay, so we have dropped off a lot. Liverpool 1, City 2nd, Chelsea 3rd. We have come 4th. PCS Cars there, finishing 4th. So the question is, why has that happened? Why have we finished 4th? We can see there Salah is still at the team. So Salah has come first in the goal chart, with Weghorst drawing from Burnley. Where did Burnley came 17th, and they're the joint top goal scorer in the Premier League. Unbelievable. With Havertz from Chelsea in 3rd. Mbappe and Haaland are still there too. Okay, so we've still got our front 3 of Mbappe, Haaland and Mo Salah, but yet they maybe just have not fired on all cylinders this season. Mbappe's up there with assists as well. Any other players from our team there from PCS Cards? No, we've just not done as well. Let's go have a look and see. Emery's still in charge. Haaland and Salah still our captain and co-captain. If we go have a look at transfers first of all, has the team been shredded? Transfers in, so we've not signed a huge amount. Spent 50 million. Saul from Atletico, Edgar from Real Haspielas, Andrei Amaro from VTSC, and Frederick Aronson from Benfica. So we've not made any big changes coming in. And transfers out, we've only sold 34.5 million. So it's Mela Sargon, we knew of him from last episode. Mislav Orsic, Matondo, Maida, Riascos. None of these are big players you'd expect to treat. Adama Traore going on a free sounds big, but he didn't really play last season. So again, that's not a massive loss for the team. Then lots of loans and kind of free transfers, that kind of thing at the bottom. So we've not done anything massively different. So we go over look at the actual players. How have we done for, appearances, goals? Who's made the most appearances? So Livakovic has made 55 appearances. Kyle Walker, right back, 51. Mbappe Arsnes has made a lot of appearances, 45. So who is he? Did he play last season? So he's 28 years old, centre mid. He's got very, very poor pace. Does that mean this is a new sign? So this is one of the new signings they brought in. So this could be why they've maybe not done quite so well. They've brought in Frederick Allen, says, for 22 million from Benfica, and he's done all right, but he's just maybe not quite up to the job of whoever he has replaced. As we keep on going down, Salah, Sane, Bednarek, Haaland, Alphonso Davies, Andre Amara. Again, he's one of those new signings. They've brought him in, 29 appearances, 1 goal. How is his pace? 9 to 16. So again, they've not done quite as well with the pace. And Edgar is wanted by Marseille for a transfer. Adeyemi's wanted. Okay, has he made any more appearances? Really, not a lot more. 21 appearances this season, having gone out on loan last season. So he's kind of made a slight more of an impression, but not really started firing the goals in just yet. So there you go. Nothing fantastic in terms of appearances. Goals-wise, who was top of the goals? So Haaland got 31, Salah got 29. Hagveni on loan got 20. Who is he and where has he gone on loan to? So this is a good example of where the players that have brought in, maybe pace-wise, are fantastic, but are just not quite up to standard. So he has got 23 goals, but he's been on loan in the Vanarama North, so the bottom division in the English Premier League that's loaded up on the game. He may have done fantastic, but he just clearly does not cut it in the Premier League. If we go over look, we can't see his pace stat. He must be very pacey, but he's just not at the standard that we need for the Premier League. But he's had a very good season. I won't knock him at his own level. Victor Osimhen with 12 goals, Sane with 10. And then again, this guy, been on loan to Legia in Poland. So we went to the Championship last season, didn't quite cut it there, gone out to Poland this season, done all right. But again, you can see the quality of players, some of them are just not quite there. So that could be a big reason to why they've brought in some new signings. If you have a look at the tactics, they've still got 4-4-2 going on, but you can see that some of these players they've brought in have just not quite lived up to the standards that we like to set. We have not quite managed to win the league this season. We've finished fourth. Still the same manager in charge with Emery, so they're obviously not too disappointed with that, having won the league last season. They've not done the standard thing of win the league and then sack the manager like some teams like to do. But they have, it is a slight disappointment dropping down to fourth. I do think, though, we've done not too shabby there. Have we got Player of the Month recently? That was very nice. Have we done Footballer of the Year yet? Mbappe is the winner of the Footballer of the Year for the second year in a row. We didn't look at this last season, but Mbappe has won Footballer of the Year 2 years in a row, so he is the golden boy of the Premier League at the minute. Manager of the Year, last year Unai Emery won it for PCS Cars, having won the league. This year Jurgen Klopp for retaking the Premier League title. And Players Player of the Year, Mbappe's won it for the second year in a row again. Players Young Player of the Year, let's go have a look at that. Haaland won it last year, but Saka has nabbed it from him this year for Arsenal. Okay. Top goal scorer, we know Salah for 2 years in a row in the Premier League. And then if we go have a look at the Players Team of the Year. So how many PCS Cards players got in it? It's a pretty straight mix between PCS, Man City and Liverpool. So for PCS we had Sane, Mbappe, Salah and Haaland. So that's a great example there of how our attack are the dream. This is a brilliant team, but the attackers are the ones that have got the pace, they've got the goals, they've got the skills. The defence is maybe letting us down slightly, which is why you can see here City and Liverpool taking up defence and goal, showing they've just got that bit more stability than we've got. So, although this season has been a slight disappointed, last thing we're going to have a look at is the pass positions. How do we do over the course of the season? Well, oh wow, so we had a shocking start to the season and then managed to work our way up again. And this actually, I've not had a look at if we've won any cup competitions or anything like that. So let's go to PCS Cards and see. Did we last season manage to win anything cup-wise? So if we go have a look, Carabao Cup second round, we won. So we got through to the third round. We then beat Lincoln 4-0 and then Forest in the fourth round and won the FA Cup. Okay, so it's done very, very well to start off with. We've won our quarter-final against Arsenal. So we're into the semi-final of the Carabao Cup already. That's brilliant. First leg against Newcastle, we drew 2-2. So it's all resting on that second leg. However, we did then lose to Tottenham in 3-2 in the FA Cup fourth round. But then won 2-0 on return fixture at the semi-finals. We got to the League Cup final. Can we win the League Cup? We obviously know we go on to win the league. So I say we've got a decent chance. And there you go. We beat City in the final 2-0. Unbelievable. So we did win the League Cup as well. We did the double in our first season, which is fantastic. And then we keep on going down. We went on, continued winning a decent amount of the Premier League, and we know we obviously ended up winning the Premier League. The question is, can we repeat any of that? So we started off, having won the Premier League, we lost on penalties to Liverpool, who must have won the FA Cup last season. Then, of course, this year we've been in the Champions League as well. I completely forgot about the Champions League. So let's go see our Champions League group. We actually qualified first out of the Champions League. That means we could have won the Champions League this season. We could be Premier League coming fourth, but have won the Champions League. Oh my word. Beat City in the Carabao Cup third round. That's a massive tie in the third round of the League Cup, but we managed to beat City. We beat Rangers in the Champions League. We beat Sturm Graz in the Champions League. Pretty easy group if they're part of Juventus. We'll take that. Arsenal we then lost in the fourth round of the League Cup, so that is already a gunner. Kept on winning in the Champions League, and then I assume the FA Cup's going to start pretty soon as well. Yes, the FA Cup third round, there you go, but we beat Bristol 4-0, easy pickings, 2 from Mbappe, lovely jubbly. Moving on then, where's the Champions League first knockout round? So we drew to Everton in the FA Cup fourth round away, so that's going to mean a return leg at home. Can we beat Everton in that? We did manage to beat AC Milan in the round of 16, 3-1, lovely. So that's nice and easy. FA Cup fourth round replay, smashed Everton 4-0 like we should have done in the first leg. But then we unfortunately lost in the fifth round to Man City just a few days after that. So maybe fixture congestion there. We've had a brilliant unbeaten run of that's about 10 games unbeaten. But just becoming one match too many in that league FA Cup fifth round. We did a decent job, but sadly couldn't hold off City. And losing 3-2 to a Phil Foden penalty as a decider. Even though they had a man sent off as well. Unbelievable. So it's all then, we know we finished 4th in Premier League, it's all on the Champions League. We managed to beat Milan again, so that's a 7-2 aggregate win over Milan, and that means we are then going to face PSG, the might of PSG, in the quarter-final. And it finished 1-1 away, so we managed to grab an away goal. That's a very decent result. So going down, then, can we win at home? We can. We're through to the semi-final of the Champions League. Okay, so it's 2-1. Can we get... Ooh, ouch. Okay, 2-0 loss to Bayern in the semi-final first leg. We need a massive performance away as well. That was a home loss. We need a massive performance away at Bayern Munich to win. No. Okay, so that was just a pretty awful run of results. Losing both legs of the semi-final and losing to Liverpool in the Premier League in between. Ouch, a bruising week for PCS cards. And we then finished all right, but I think the season was pretty much over by then. So there you go. That was our Premier League. I think when you have a look at the start of that season, draw, loss, loss, draw, loss, not even winning a match till September, having been champions the season before, I think we can safely say they've done a pretty decent job of coming back. So we are going to skip forward now to see Season 3. Can we restore any glory in the Premier League? Can we go one step further and win the Champions League? Can we get our hands on an FA Cup trophy as well? Let's go see how we do in part 3. So do go check it out on the channel. It's the next video that we're going to upload, part 3 of the Pace Squad in FM23.